Ready?
Yes, sir.
Hey, my name is Travis.
And I'm Larry, his long-lost brother. And welcome to Fatherhood.
Some assembly required. Now today on Fatherhood, Some Assembly Required, Larry and I were talking and sharing experiences about our dads, kind of how they used to show their love in their own way, and how we differ today and how we kind of express our affection or our love to our kids.
I also wanted to say before we start, we'd
Yeah.
like to thank all you guys out there who've checked in on us and watched us. We really, really, we do appreciate it. On that note, one of the things that I grew up with a stepfather, but I knew my real father. Back then, I'm not gonna say all men were trained to be that, but they, like my stepfather and my father, their expression of love, of showing. My dad would say it all the time because I didn't spend a lot of time with him.
Right, but I get the same thing because I'm not with my son. And so you try to compensate. You really want them to know because you're not there every day. You know?
But my stepfather, which is he's a great guy, great man. His expression of love wasn't really saying love. It's like, oh, you're clothed, you're fed. And he would make sure I got to do extracurricular activities, like in the summertime, like go to summer camps and stuff like that. So he never said like, oh, I love you. He expressed it in his way, just like you said, in his way, like,
yeah.
I pay the mortgage, get the cars,
Yep.
we have food. And he will remind me when I got in trouble. Like, what, do you think this stuff is free? I make sure you're clothed, you're fed, you have a roof over your head.
Yeah.
And you go out and do this? And I think that was his way of like, this mean I love you. and you just disrespect me this way.
You don't love me back.
You don't love me. And I remember one day I even said it to him. And I said it to my mom, like, no, why does he never say like I love you? Because I see it on TV. Why does he say that? And he actually came to talk to me. And it's so funny, I got and understood that he loved me and that he cared about me. But his conversation with me, I remember that like yesterday. It was this place, I grew up in the South also. And there was this place called Miss Winter's. It was a chicken place. Horrible chicken. But they sold these cinnamon rolls that I craved. And he came home with like a box of them. And this was our talk and conversation. Yeah. It's like 6 cinnamon rolls in this piece, and they're like huge. And he was like, well, your mother told me that you don't think that I care about you or love you. And he was like, that's totally untrue. And that I do love you. And now I'm talking to you. I'm not going to imitate my stepfather because he had a real bad speech impediment where he stuttered really bad. Oh, wow. And just imagine this man having this conversation. And since I lived with him so long, I didn't laugh like I knew it, but it was a long conversation. And not making fun of anybody with speech patterns. But that was one of the things I remember in my childhood. And it wasn't like a funny thing with my stepdad. I thought it was like an endearing, loving thing, the way he spoke to me, because he was trying to take the time to explain and express me. And I can see it in his face and him struggling to say these things in this conversation with me. And believe me, I wasn't laughing. I was looking at it, and I was like, shit, he does love me. He's taking his time. He's telling me, he's like, that's totally untrue. I may not say it, but I figured that you understood that I love and care about you for the things that we do, and to make sure that you have a safe place to come and lay your head or to be able to go places. He said, I figured I was showing you that I love you. And I think a lot of dads back then, that's what it was. Like, I'm showing you that I love you. I might not say it,
but yeah.